Hi, I'm being guided to share this message about free will today. And I'm going to share with you what was given to me by the divine about free will. And this really seems to be a topic that perplexes us. It really plagues our mind. We really tend to spend time wondering about the fact of, are we really in charge? Are we really the ones that are creating every move that we make? Or is everything in our life destined? Is everything pre-planned? Where do we fall within this range of free will? And if everything is destined, can we just sit back and just do nothing? Don't participate, don't make plans, don't do anything. Just allow everything to just happen. It's such a big question. So this is what I've received from the divine about free will. There are certain events in our lives that are absolutely destined. They're absolutely fated events. That is birth, death, serendipitous events, and our life path. And the serendipitous events have a lot to do with the people that we meet in our life and the ones that we spend our life with. Those are fated things. And why are they fated? Why are they destined? Because they were chosen by our higher selves before we even came to this planet. So these are things that are not negotiable. You can't negotiate your life or your death. And that's sometimes why we see near-death experiences. Someone looks like they've died, they've stopped breathing, their heart has stopped, but yet they end up coming back because that is an event that has been chosen before you came here. That is not an event that is negotiable. So we have near-death experiences, and we end up coming back to fulfill the rest of our contract that we chose before we came here. So outside of those fated events, those destinies, those destined things that are going to happen in our life, this is where free will comes in, because we do have free will to a large extent. It's really a combination of both. Our free will comes in when we choose how we reach the destination of those fated events. And let me compare it to this. Let's say that you are in New York, in the United States, and you're going to take a road trip to California. Now, this road trip is destined. Whether you want to go to California, whether you like the fact that you're going to California, whether you have absolutely no desire to go to California, you're going to California. It's a destined, fated event. It is part of your life path. Now, to get to California, there are many roads that you can take to get there. There's not just one. So you get to decide which road you're going to take. Some roads are going to get us there quicker. Others, it's going to be a long ride. You can choose to take the enjoyable scenic route that has smooth pavement. You get to stop off and enjoy the scenery. You get to go and have lunch, you have dinner, you spend time. You really enjoy your road trip. Those are the best road trips ever. But you also have the choice to choose a road trip that is going to be a very bumpy ride. There's potholes that you get stuck in. There's traffic jams. There's some casualties along the way. There's all kinds of things and all kinds of, obstacles that come in your way on this road trip, but that's your choice. I mean, if that's the kind of road trip you want, then you can have that kind of road trip. Your free will says so. So the choice is always ours on how we want to reach that destination. And that's not to say that the scenic route doesn't have some bumpy roads, because this is life. I mean, we have things that we have to learn. We have lessons that we need to get through. And lessons are not usually learned on a nice, happy little ride. Lessons are usually learned with some bumps along the way. We usually end up with a little bit of bruises. So the scenic route can be a lot more enjoyable. However, it will have some bumps to it as well. But we are co-creating more in alignment with our higher selves along this path. I mean, we are co-creators. We are a co-creator with the universe, with divine source, with our higher selves. We are co-creators. We, being the ego, the lower mind, is not the one that's running the show. Our higher selves, divine source, universe, is the one that's running the show, but we get to co-create with it. And I know a lot of people that are firm believers in the law of attraction, which I am too. Your frequency attracts what you vibrate. I absolutely believe that. But they'll say, well, you create your own reality. And yes, you do. You do create your own reality by the frequency that you vibrate, which is the free will of how you're going to reach these certain fated events within your life. It all fits together. All the pieces of the puzzle fit together under the fact that we are co-creators. And you can either create a mess in your life, or you can create something great. But the choice is always yours on what you create, how you reach those fated events in your life. That choice is always yours. And when we exercise our right to co-create with the universe, sometimes when we are trying to attract something into our lives or trying to co-create our lives, it may not come to us. And there's usually two reasons for that. One is it's not in alignment with your true soul essence. It's not in alignment with your higher self, the destined events in your life that have been chosen prior to you coming here. Or it's just not in alignment with where you're at this time. There's other things that need to fall into place, or other events that need to take place before what you're trying to manifest comes into alignment with your soul. You know, we are not the only ones here on this earth. It's not just our playground, it's everyone's playground. So we all are connected, we all are one, we all take a part in this co-creation. And life becomes a little bit easier when we can distinguish between the two, whether something is not in alignment with our soul or it's just not in alignment at this moment. It's not the divine timing for it. When we can distinguish between those two spectrums, life becomes a whole lot easier. And the best way for us to gain that wisdom and knowledge in our lives is for us to align more and more with our true soul essence, align more and more with the divine source energy. And the good news is that the more we do that, the more that we surrender to our true soul essence, our higher selves, the more that we become conscious creators, because now we are creating what is already in alignment with our soul. And when we choose to co-create with what is in alignment with our soul, we feel at peace within. We feel whole. We feel like we are walking out our destiny, like we are doing what we came here to do. It's a sense of fulfillment that we have within. And when we're not feeling those ways, that's a good indication that you are not really in alignment with your true soul purpose. You're not in alignment with your true soul essence. So, there's always indicators in our life. There's always these little bits of information that we can grab onto to help center ourselves into our true soul essence. If we just look around us, if we pay attention to how we feel inside, those are great indicators of, am I in alignment or am I not in alignment? And if you're in alignment, you are co-creating consciously, and your life becomes a whole lot easier and a lot more beautiful, and just, what you came here to do. You came here to have dominion over the lower things, the lower vibrations. You came here to step into your divinity and to co-create with the universe. So I just wanted to share what was given to me by the divine about free will. And I hope this brings understanding and comfort and maybe some ease to your journey. And sending out much love and blessings.